everybody, and welcome back to more Encore Overwatch action. I'm your host, Ariel. Back at it again with that solo cast nightmare. Today we've got Manifest versus Wichita Wolves Academy. This is a Division 1 matchup. Manifest, so far at the halfway point through this season, has gone a perfect 4-0 and currently sits atop the tables of our Season 1 Encore Overwatch League with a map differential of plus 11. 4-0 plus 11 map differential. On the flip side, Wichita Wolves, maybe things haven't gone so hot to start the season. 1-3, not the worst. Could be 0-4 with a map differential of -4. So plenty of time to turn things around, and what better time than the present for this Wichita Wolves squad. Maybe turn things around, get the back half of this season kicked off with a good win over a 4-0 squad. Will they be able to do it? I don't know. We'll see. That's why we're all here. It's what we're tuned in for. And let's go ahead and take a look at the map set. Once again, new week, new map set here in week 3. Hollywood is going to be our starting point, followed up by Busan and Watch Point Gibraltar. These will be the 3 maps we will see at minimum in this first to 3 series. If we do go play more than 3 maps, this will be followed by Oasis, and then Junkertown. And then if we really need a tiebreaker for, however the math works out, Lijiang Tower will be our final boss for both of these squads. But haven't seen it yet so far, and I don't expect that we will. But both sides getting prepped here in the lobby. Starting lineups for Manifest: Maestro, Neapolitan, SWB, Zephyr, Source, and Sherb. On the side of Wichita Wolves Academy, we've got Flep, Ponsby, Accelerator, Squiggle, Beambles, and Don Cheadle. So both of these sides will duke it out in an ultimate test. Here in the mid-season, teams have by now had time to scout each other out and figure out their own play styles. Reminder here that in Division 1, this is our 3500 to 4K SR range, so the top 6 players of each team will be calculated, or will be used rather, to calculate the average. And both of these squads fall within that 3500 to 4K range, so definitely a lot of talent here, ready to be unleashed. And definitely very exciting that we'll be able to get to see this as well. Especially starting here on Hollywood. It'll be interesting to see, as always, what both sides will bring to the table. Plenty of different compositions that have rolled on Hollywood over the years, so it'll be very interesting to see what these squads' play style are. So now we're all readying things up, and we will be dipping straight into that action very shortly. I'm sure you are waiting with bated breath, as am I. But looking elsewhere around the league, specifically with Division 1, there are currently 3 undefeated teams. We have Chess Club and Squirt Squad, who both are joining Manifest in that undefeated spot atop the standings. Currently, it's just map differential that is separating them, which is very important. Manifest been doing pretty good. Like I said, plus 11, so that's about as good as you can get. And the only thing better is actually getting in game, which, here we go. Hollywood folks getting stuck into things. Manifest going to be starting on the defensive side as we start out here by the saloon. Wichita Wolves Academy on your right, the attacking side, in red today, or at least for this one. You never know. Future lobbies, you might switch colors. We might get a little tricky on you. We'll see. Manifest coming out of spawn with a double shield,
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
along with an Ashe Genji. On the offensive side, looks like we're seeing a little bit of dive, probably to try to gain high ground dominance and force this double shield into positions that they don't have great angles to fire upon. So it'll be very interesting to see. This will be require like very quick precision from Wichita Wolves. So see if they'll be able to execute it. No Lucio, notably. We've got a Mercy Ana. And a Tracer and a Echo to round out that composition. So starting off here, Neapolitan seeing a little bit of action on high ground. Dive tanks for Wichita Wolves Academy coming through. They will put a little pressure, but unfortunately a little too much pressure. FLEP will fall, but gets resurrected, and so the dive will go ahead and reset here, and hey, we'll try again. A nice little anti there. It's going to really force Neapolitan back. Still holding the stairwell though, and Ponsby will go down. And so really this double shield composition not feeling really threatened. Though let's see if this Nano-Bladed Winston will change this. Immortality field coming out from source. Neapolitan still surviving, being kept up. And this Winston's a little too deep and will fall. And the rest of the dive is kind of split. Zephyr cleaning things up. So after a little bit of jockeying for position there, eventually Wichita Wolves Academy does commit to the fight, but does not get the victory to start things off. A little bit of a stagger there onto the Diva as well. Manifest generated a lot of ultimate charge there in that fight. Got pretty much 4 ultimates here coming online. Expect to see some of these used very early, especially right before this dive is going to engage up at the high ground. Zephyr going for the blade, having to cut through Squiggle there. Eventually does so. Beagle's healing. Beagle's also looking for that res. Will go ahead and thinks about it, but does not get it. Great job by Zephyr there to put enough pressure to make that Mercy think twice about what they were doing. Ponsby there going super low.
You're powered up. Get in there.
On to FLEP. Going to take a lot of aggro here on the point. Bob being thrown out by SWB. Will be slept up. But it's enough of a space gainer that this Bongo will help Manifest apply some extra damage to Wichita, who's kind of a little bit all over the place there. And a minute and 20 seconds left. Wichita Wolves Academy going to have to figure something out here. No compositional changes so far. Just again trying to force this dive. Really no ultimates to their name either. Closest one, Diva there with 90%.
60 seconds remaining.
Dive taking a while to set up. Zephyr again has that blade. Gonna go ahead and use it. Goes right into the tanks. Manages to get saved by that immortality field. Very, very lucky there. It could have been a very critical mistake. But meanwhile, the Winston will fall for Manifest, and I guess it was just enough to get them to be very low. There's a lot of damage still raining down upon Wichita Wolves Academy, and again being sent back to the spawn, and not really looking like they're at all close in any of these fights to taking anything. However, one fight can change it, so they will have a Nano and a Diva bomb here to try to use, but they'll be walking into this Gravitic Flux. small trade out, but currently defenders are up 5-4. Immortality Field being forced out, and the high ground positioning is abandoned. This double shield composition is now getting very split and will be a matter of who can, within this microcosm of fighting, single a target out. But this Bob is going to be very big. He's getting 2 kills and contributing a lot more damage as well. And not a single percent point of progress for Wichita Wolves Academy. Refusing to switch off of that dive. And really, didn't seem like their movements were well thought out. They often jumped up to the high ground a lot and did not really get much past there. Just consistently being spammed out by that double shield composition. Again, not really decisive, and just not really close at all. Granted, again, you know, compositions can make the difference, so let's see if Wichita Wolves Academy will make that switch.
Ready for battle.
But they will not. That's all right. So let's see how their defense works on this dive.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Seeing a little bit of a teaser here on the attack from Manifest. Maybe the hog? I don't know. We'll see. Neapolitan still running on that. Well, as I say that, if anything, I thought the Sigma might have been the one to stick. Oh, looks like it will. So going back to that double shield composition.
2, 1.
So you'll see how this will fare against this dive defense. Port line here, it's going to hold up on the high ground. So I'm just trying to enforce a little bit of space to start things off. Double shield's going to take the high ground. That flip with a jump does not really find a whole lot, and now the support line are kind of forced back. Winston diving straight into these double tanks, and the Ursa will also go ahead and take the lower ground. Both of these dive tanks were just currently rotating back and forth onto the high ground to try to put pressure, but unfortunately it does not work. There's no coordination is there to get any picks, and eventually the double shield on the high ground is going to be the ticket to victory. A very, very swift 1-0 advantage coming out from Manifest. And we'll head on to map 2 with Busan. You can see Zephyr's play of the game. Getting a lot of work done. So not really a whole lot to say there outside of just a refusal to switch. I don't know if it's you know, on purpose, if they prefer the dive, or if Wichita Wolves Academy just is trying to get some practice in on a composition. But heading now on to Busan, we'll see if they make any adjustments or if they have maybe set compositions they want to run. But it definitely was, they were not able to find the winning conditions for that map. And just like that, we'll go ahead.
Now traveling to Busan. Initiating match.
And start on Busan. Once again, Wichita Wolves still on the right, Manifest on the left. Be interesting to see if you know, if Wichita continues to run that dive. So we'll get a quick preview here. Is the early goings. just a little bit of a rushier tank composition from Witchita, whereas Manifest will go for the dive with Maestro on that ball. Or not. You know, these are control points. It's so hard to predict, especially if you don't know either of these squads. But it does seem like this Wichita Wolves Academy committing to that rush. Meanwhile, looks like the dive will be coming through, just no ball. It will be Maestro on the Winston instead. Jockeying early here for position. Big hack onto that health pack. Now Wichita Wolves Academy will go ahead and press forward, finding a pick onto Neapolitan. Neapolitan getting very low, but manages to stay alive for the time being. Going to need some immediate attention from the supports. You see starting to split off a little bit here are Wichita Wolves Academy, but are still able to kind of corral Manifest into this corner here. Manifest not really able to do a whole lot to push back out. So now with that main tank being down from Wichita Wolves Academy, they might be able to find anything, especially pushing here with the Coalescence. Source providing plenty of support. You know, everybody seems to be fairly topped up. A big hack on the Funsby there. And now this fight will slowly start tipping in advantage, you would think, of Manifest. It's just a matter of cleanup as another hack comes through. SWB so far looking really good on the Sombra with these hacks. And after about 29%, Manifest will go ahead and flip over that point progress. So now, it's, as both Sombras and both Lucios kind of round into their ultimates, it's going to be pretty much a game of hide and seek. See who blinks first, as it looks like SWB will go ahead and do that. However, Beambles knew they were hiding and were there with the counter barrier. Bomb coming out will only find one, but it's not going to be enough. Just finishing off Maestro here, and this point will flip over back to Wichita Wolves Academy. Both beats came out, so now Accelerator here has a free ultimate. It's going to be very deadly with this rush. You catch a couple of hack targets out, and next thing you know, you find a full six-man squad rolling on you. It looks like they're going to go ahead and use it on the tank line. The rush just diving right onto Maestro. It's well, more like walking as opposed to diving. The point will go ahead and flip. Wichita Wolves Academy will retreat to try to retake that objective. Flip. Looks like they need a little bit of help here. We'll get it in the form of Don Cheadle's Coalescence. And as they flip the point back, just continuing to stay on this point. Both of these Lucios nearing beat once again. A lot of area effect healing coming out, and potentially damage as well. EMP comes out, catches nearly everybody. I think that was a 5-man EMP from SWB, which is very big. Unfortunately, Beamble's not able to counter that one, and that's exactly what you needed if you were Manifest. And also, the point flipping during that fight potentially gives Manifest another team fight if they can, if they do happen to lose a fight. They have about 16% to get back and mount one last counterattack if they so desire. Sound barriers being exchanged, and so the Diva Bombs. Fight rolls back here onto the point. Pretty sparse, super even fight. This really could go either way though, with the tank line now going down. One last fight here potentially for Wichita Wolves Academy to try to take this back, but will need to have somebody touch. With Beebles down, it might be hard. Though Accelerator does look like they will be able to touch, but dies with the EMP because of getting hacked. SWB again finding critical targets. And here comes another EMP. You might as well kiss this fight goodbye if you are Wichita Wolves. just an outstanding performance there on the Sombra from SWB. Just shutting down any chance Wichita Wolves might have had in that final recontest.
Score.
And they will take this first stage on Busan. Looking to, again,
Ready for
have a
battle.
quick cleanup of the map and get on their way to a good second half of their season, trying to get to 5-0 and capture that top seed, which will be very important. They will get first map pick advantage through the playoffs if they are able to secure that top seed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round.
Now, a slightly different variation of dive here from Wichita Wolves. Meanwhile, Neapolitan heading back to that Sigma.
Hello.
Going for the Sigma ball composition. WB on the Ash will be able to put out a lot of damage here, especially with the Mercy damage boost.
The objective is now
It's a completely dangerous combo. The damage boost plus the Discord Orb. Squishies beware. This Ash can be very lethal if SWB hits their shots. So after it seems like a small fracas, Manifest does take the point first, and now the rest of the kills are finally coming through here. Zephyr getting the 3K. Casual. Just another Friday night for Zephyr here on the Tracer. Looking for one last kill, but we'll have to settle just for a little bit more ult charge. We'll have a Pulse Bomb this upcoming fight. Both support ultimates and pretty much both DPS ultimates coming out. Before Manifest, Accelerator gets found out by Maestro. Maestro has to get out there and gets pressured a little bit. Speaking of pressured, Zephyr looking to pressure this backline, goes with the Pulse Bomb. Does not find anything, but the rest of the dive comes through. And that's all you need. Maestro with a good slam onto that support line. Really, they did not stand a chance. That was quite explosive. Granted, they used pretty much every ultimate they had in the bank there. So great opportunity here for Wichita Wolves Academy to find something. Looking potentially for Squiggle here to find something on this Tracer. One key pick on a support could really open this fight up. But that also goes both ways. EMP on the point, but finds a couple, but the rest of the team is not available to follow up. Once again, it just seems like Wichita Wolves Academy kind of all over the place, but just as I say that, a caster cursing moment. Onesie coming out with a couple as the Sigma switch paying large dividends. Overtime will tick, but not going to matter as Wichita Wolves will take that first, finally, take the point. Have a little bit of an uphill battle to climb, but ultimate's kind of even on both sides, so should be a fairly even fight. Just should be about little macro plays in between. Both Wrecking Balls just kind of going far and wide. The flip here. Engaging into the back line. Able to just kind of distract the support line for a little bit. Meanwhile, the back line of Wichita Wolves Academy just content to kind of chill behind this wall. Support Ponzi from a distance. Bob coming out will go a little bit past the point, but will provide to be a lot of damage. SWB finding 4 with a combo of the Bob and some sure shots, and that's going to flip the point and the fight and the map. And it is 2-0. Manifest looking strong. Wichita Wolves Academy had some, I would say, some good moments there.
Play of the game.
We see, obviously, I think we all know what this play is here from SWB. You get to see it from that first-person perspective.
Double kill.
The Bob always, you know, we're not able to hide behind a corner or, you know, sleep the Bob. It can be very, very deadly, and it certainly was there. So just like that, after two rather quick maps, Manifest up 2-0, showing why they are 4-0, being very dominant. And so now we will go ahead and move over to our next map, which will be Watchpoint Gibraltar, and I would expect to see a little bit of dive here, you know, just because. I mean, if you're not diving on Gibraltar, what are you doing, right? Right? Unless, you know, back in the GOATS days. But then again, you know, sometimes on GOATS you could have gotten away with the Winston instead of the Rhine. It was run before. So we'll see who will start off on defense. It's looking like Wichita Wolves Academy will go ahead and elect to do so. So they'll get a chance to try to stem this Manifest tide before it can get too out of control. As we once again
Arriving at Watchpoint
roll
Gibraltar.
right through.
Initiating match.
And that's what Manifest will continue to look to do, to continue to roll through this Wichita Wolves Academy squad.
Ready for battle.
And who'd have thunk it? Dive. The ultimate answer to all of your problems. Just dive forehead.
Attackers incoming in
Obviously,
30
Gibraltar, just a great map for it. There's a high ground, low ground disparity. Plenty of room to kind of use the jetpacks or the boosters for those tanks. So really the difference here going to be in the DPS lineup.
4, 3,
Going to see an offensive Widow? Well, never mind. going for the Ashe. So it will be a Ashe v Ashe, but double sniper coming out from Manifest. A lot of damage coming out from SWB early on, chucking the dynamite there. Tanks are unfazed though. They're going to continue to press here, and once again, this Manifest attack going to just distract and you know, buy some space. Wichita Wolves Academy currently just happy to sit up on this high ground. Probably will go ahead and engage once this payload kind of gets to the, I guess, end of this little bridge area, for lack of a better term. Both of these Brigs trying to help out their Ashes by giving them a little bit of extra protection. And we're going on to Maestro here, and Manifest controls blue box for now, giving your supports a great place to stand, but Athlep finding SWB out in the open will pay for it with their lives. And the bot coming out as well will assert the ultimate dominance on this high ground. Manifest probably going to just back out here, regroup, wait for a couple of their members to get back. So they are we got at least 4 here. Now they'll be ready to attack again. Maestro again, Nano. Want to go ahead and challenge this support line, but gets slapped by Don Cheadle. Now the ultimate pressure is here in the server room. Wolves finally do find Don Cheadle. Just dive, finding both supports actually, and that will be the difference maker here in this fight. And that should get Manifest first point. Send them into the second stage of Gibraltar. Meebles and Don Cheadle just got caught out there in that server room. The rest of Witchita Wolves Academy unable to peel and provide support for their supports. Not much more to say about that fight. Echo going a little bit deep, going to have to use this primal rage. Zephyr has a nano blade, or sorry, a blade available here if they so desire to use it. WB also onto the Tracer, getting off of that Ash. Zephyr finding a kill onto Don Cheadle. Once again, the Sauna getting heckled. And that's going to allow the rest of Manifest to kind of roll on through this Wichita Wolves Academy roster. Wichita Wolves Academy might be able to get another contest here. It just depends on how much they value trying to contest this. It looks like they're not going to value it. Smart decision. Not really a whole lot of ultimates you could draw out here. Looks like they're just going to get sectioned off by this tank line. Squiggle trying to be unstoppable. Will get the false bomb onto Sherb, but that's about it. A little bit of a sloppy fight going back and forth, but Wichita Wolves Academy able to stall a little bit, but unfortunately Manifest, this attack is just looking too good. Coordination has just so far been superior for Manifest. The tanks are very good at buying space, and they are also working very well with Zephyr and SWB to put a lot of support onto Meebles and Don Cheadle. You know, Wichita Wolves Academy kind of pushing back a little bit here, will be able to effectively counter dive and win this fight. So buying them a little bit of time, and this definitely can be an easy place to get stuck at. I mean, there's plenty of places on this map where an offensive side could get stuck at, but Manifest has plenty of tools to use. If they want to wait long enough, they can also combo with the Nano Blade, but they're not going to go ahead wait for that. Sleep will get reflected. Definitely going to go ahead and get on out of there, so just enough to distract the support line. Flep getting caught out there, used the jump to take the high ground, but unfortunately had no Diva with him as the Diva's in the back line. This could be a very wide open window of opportunity here. Wichita Wolves just going to retreat into the spawn. Diva Bomb does not find anything. And Manifest looking very strong here, and will push this all the way and get a 3-0 advantage. Start off. Now it will be up to Wichita Wolves Academy. That's a 225. It's a not too bad time bank for Manifest. So a lot of pressure here. Wichita Wolves so far just have not been looking up to the task. Manifest has looked very good so far in this map, especially with, as said previously, very good coordination. There will be times where Wichita Wolves, a team member will get caught, and be trying to, push the offense or make their own play happen, but they don't really have the support with which to do anything, and it just ends up leading to a disadvantage. And so now both sides I was about to say, I think the voice of reason, somebody in that squad said, nope, no way. Which is rather unfortunate, because I would have loved to have seen that. Darn you, whoever on Manifest was the voice of reason. Meanwhile, a little bit of hook action.
5,
I'll definitely miss this for sure. You know,
1.
these tank coordination opportunities that you have.
Spot the payload.
Hook not able to find anything, so they're gonna go ahead and switch over to the dive. And as standard, gonna go ahead and challenge this bridge and cycle on down. Meanwhile, payload will slowly continue to roll. Pretty much standard Gibraltar play. Flep being very bold there, going up there alone, and will unfortunately pay for that boldness. You know, those are the types of things that, you know, are very easy to notice from a perspective of the viewer, but you gotta wonder what's going on in the comms there. Eventually Manifest says, okay, well, maybe we wanna sit on that point. Again, both these tanks not quite arriving at the same time, but at least they were there within the same general area, and they will be able to force Manifest back, force the tank line to kind of respect their position, fight for this blue box, give them a better chance to take this first point. Maestro with the nano, not able to find anything. But probably will retake position here on the high ground. And just consistently trying to be a pain in the side of Wichita Wolves Academy. Diva Bomb coming out, that could be a decent position, but floats a little too far. Accelerator with the Bob. This is going to make for a big advantage against the dive, trying to contest this point. Not enough immediately to start off, but they are getting some picks. Bob from both sides, not really able to find anything. Another nano coming out. The fight continues to roll on. Both sides not able to find a clean win, so they're just kind of cycling back and forth once again. A little bit of an overextension is going to cost them. And oh, a little bit of a mech action kill there from Ponsby, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as this tank line from Manifest is going to just push on through. They know they've got the advantage, and now there's a minute left, and oh no, the stagger. Oh, the stagger's going to be brutal. And there it is. You hate to see it, folks. But Manifest has really done a good job here of not overselling. You notice a lot of, you know, Maestro just trying to get up on this high ground. Maestro Neapolitan control blue box here. Just kind of make Wichita Wolves fight for every inch and do not give up anything easy for free. So it's allowed them to continually just draw out this time bank to a point where, you know, this is pretty much final fight territory. And now desperation kicking in for Wichita Wolves Academy. And they're just unfortunately not going to be able to find anything. They're just last-ditch desperation. Not going to be able to make the point.
Victory.
And I believe that is going to be... I know it said WWA, but I think Manifest still won that. That's business, folks. Quick, effective, and oh, what an incredible play there. SWB. They're looking very strong, both on the Ashe and the Sombra throughout this match. Just an outstanding performance, really, from this entire squad. Manifest just with the better coordination, and also some outstanding, DPS play. So definite room for improvement. If you are Wichita Wolves Academy, tending to get split quite a bit, and then also allowing Manifest to just continually draw you out. It's very clear that what your objective is going to be, especially like on a map like Gibraltar. It can be very easy, especially on first point, to kind of project what's going to happen between each team fight. And all Manifest really did was just continually try to draw and stall out. The tank line did a really good job of buying space, buying time, and eventually the DPS lineup was just able to find the picks that they needed. The supports never really pressured at all. So definitely a really good job from Manifest. Also some bright spots from Wichita Wolves Academy, but it will unfortunately not be enough today. So they will drop to 1-4. Manifest hitting that 5-0 record with the +14 map differential, continuing to be a very strong candidate for that #1 seed here in Division 1. A potential favorite as we round into the playoffs. So it will be very interesting to see as these top teams begin to play one another and start just kind of duking it out. It'll be interesting to see where the dice falls. Could be easy schedule, allows for an inflated record or an inflated map point differential, but currently Manifest looking very good. So that will be all for your Friday action. We hope you enjoyed this rather brief matchup between Manifest and Wichita Wolves. We will be back tomorrow, once again, at, I believe, 8 p.m. Eastern. So we hope you guys will be able to make that. Let's see, who do we have tomorrow? Looking at ye old schedule. Looks like UO Ducklings versus Pohang Pandas, and that will be a Division 2 matchup, and that will be an interesting one. As it stands, UO Ducklings and Pohang Pandas are 2-2 heading into this week. Of course, I believe both of them are playing tonight. UO Ducklings versus PG's Nectarines, and Pohang Pandas versus UNCW Seahawks. So it'll be interesting to see what their records look like tomorrow, but pretty much a mid-tables matchup tomorrow, so hopefully that will be a tightly contested match, and hopefully we'll get to see 5 maps. But for the time being, I'm Ariel, and for everybody else here at Encore Overwatch, hope you guys have a great night. We hope you enjoyed the stream. We hope you just enjoy watching Overwatch with us. We thank you for supporting the players and the org. We really appreciate you for being here. So hopefully we will see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. Be there.